Monday Night Raw had a WrestleMania rematch main event, a big long gauntlet match, more of Lana and Rusev. What did you think of this week's Monday Night Raw? Let us know in the comments below. It's your live Monday Night Raw WrestleZone post show. Monday Night Raw. We got a new big bad villain on Monday Night Raw. All right. And it used to be the new big bad superhero you had on Monday Night Raw. We have people getting DDT'd on concrete. We got technical worker limb matches in the main event. All right. We got ridiculous people pointing at a non-present WrestleMania sign. We had quite an episode of Monday Night Raw. And I want to know, what did you think of Monday Night Raw? If you're watching live, what did you think of this week's Raw? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Kevin Kellam. Follow me on Twitter at KevKellam. Joining me as always, my faithful wrestling buddy, Mr. Robert DeFelice. Robert, your likeness, Mr. Seth Rollins had quite the night on this week's Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Rollins is one of those guys I've been saying for a few weeks now who feels more in his own skin as a villain than when he is a hero.
And he had plenty of villainy tonight where he claims he's doing the right thing. And I actually kind of dig the character turn. It's really starting to work for me right now. I want to see someone beat up Seth Rollins. That's how you know a villain works. I want someone to come out there and get him to shut up.
You know, he's got Akam and Razor with him. He's got those goons, those big goons. I think it's working. I think Seth Rollins is going to be the big heel going into WrestleMania.
David Ekman didn't agree. He texted in saying, Raw absolutely sucked tonight. Raw absolute suck. It's so much suck.
It's so much suck, you know, but really with Seth Rollins going from the hero to he's like the shredder of Monday Night Raw right now. You know?
All right, as always, rate Raw 1 to 10. 1 to 10, all right? So you get to be objective there. Rate Raw if you're with us live or watching on demand. Let us know what you guys think. Give your Raw rating. Scott George gives it a solid 5 here. Herman Takar right down the middle. He gives it a 5 as well. Brandon Lemaire giving it a 6. And I'll hold on my rating because, once again, it seems like I piss people off when I say positive things about the WWE. And I did that on Twitter tonight while watching the show. And some people just had to give me hell about it. They thought it was...
Yeah, Kevin, how dare you be positive, bro?
How dare I be positive?
You piece of crap. How dare you find joy in things, you son of...
All right, as we do always, what was the good stuff on this week's Monday Night Raw?
I like the main event. I liked Randy Orton and AJ Styles. I will always like Randy Orton and AJ Styles. They're great dudes. They're two of the best to ever do it, in my opinion. I liked the Gauntlet match, even though I thought it was utterly pointless because of what happened afterwards. But, you know, I'm never going to complain about a good match. And seeing Matt Hardy do a moonsault at 45 just warms my 90s baby heart. You know what I mean?
He's still over. People still pop like crazy for him. They love all that stuff. But let's get into the good before we get to the bad, and I'll touch on all the kerfuffles of the internet. Once again, continue to give us your Raw 1 to 10 ratings here. The good stuff on Raw. Yes, the main event was awesome. Something special to see Randy Orton and AJ Styles get 20 minutes to main event Monday Night Raw. Really solid, slow-paced match compared to a lot of fast-paced things we saw throughout the rest of the night. So the pacing was quite different. Seeing Randy Orton in peril, that was very different. He's a very methodical player. So for him to do it and kind of fight from underneath was really, really cool. It almost seemed like he was going to tap out a couple of times. Completely different direction that I didn't expect to see this match going, but was completely believable in the same way. I thought this match was better than the WrestleMania match, and I saw that live. That was a match that had like the big lighting issues, and they went on earlier in the day. But I thought this was better than the WrestleMania match, which is saying something, and it's worth seeking out.
You know why that is, Kevin?
Why?
Because wrestling always feels better without the perils of Gary.
You bring up Gary, the man who scanned me out of WrestleMania tickets day of.
That's
Screw
right.
you, Gary. I will make you pay for that. I will make you pay for that, Gary. I will shove a pie in your face in the most comical fashion possible. But that was very good on Raw. I thought the Gauntlet match was really fun. Nearly an hour of in-ring action just straight flowing through with the winner trying to get themselves a United States title match. I thought Humberto Carrillo had a great showing in this. Ricochet had a great showing in this. You brought up Matt Hardy getting a big old Papa Rooney. What's going to happen with Matt? He's having all these big losses and they keep selling that. So there's something to be said for that. Also enjoyed the Viking Raiders getting a shocking upset at the hands of Anderson and Gallows, who continue to kind of reboot their tag team. I enjoyed this. I thought this was a fresh match and better than what we had from the pay-per-view on Sunday.
I think that would be on my bad section. That's dragging a little bit.
You think it's dragging?
Yeah.
Did you watch the match?
Yes, but I think
you watched it. It was good, but don't catch me saying it's good.
No, the rivalry itself is dragging.
Oh, whatever, dude. They're the best tag team in the world. They have the World Cup, so let's get the tag team match.
We got to get Bebop and Rocksteady there. Akam and Razor. We got to get them the tag titles already. We're taking some time, and I think that's ultimately where we're going here. I think we're going Viking Raiders, AOP at the Royal Rumble. AOP gets the belts back.
All right, people asking about this Lana Rusev angle. Don't worry, we'll touch on that. Notice we haven't mentioned it in the Good on Raw segment, but we'll get to it. Don't worry. We'll get into all that stuff here. All right, but for me right now, the good is outweighing the bad on Monday Night Raw. There were some other exceptional fun things I saw on this. I enjoyed the elevation of the situation. Now, the Gauntlet match ends. We don't get a definitive winner because Andrade pulled a Jake the Snake on Ricky Steamboat and DDT'd his rival into concrete. There's no winner. You get carted out. You're stretchered out. You're done. All right? All right? This is what happens. It's complete bedlam. People getting stretchered out left and right on Monday Night Raw. That's believable. I can believe that. I can believe that Andre is a real jerk and would do that. All right, Andrade needed that. He needed some edge. He needed some meanness to him, and we got that from him. We got that from Seth Rollins, who came out. Rey Mysterio looking down on young Humberto. All right, what happens? What happens to Rey Mysterio? He nearly gets beat up with a pipe, only to get a curb stomp from Seth Rollins, who says he's just doing the right thing. He's just doing the right thing.
What beef does he have with Rey exactly? He's like, I got a problem with you.
The problem is that Rey Mysterio gave Kevin Owens that pipe that he attacked him with a few weeks ago. The logic connects. If you decide that you don't want to go with
what? I did not hear that explanation. I will commend that.
Now you're on board.
I will commend that 100%. I enjoy that. That's some good continuity. I thought the beef was, listen, I beat Lesnar twice. You couldn't get it done with your stupid kid. I still think that's one of the funnier lines of the year from Seth Rollins. I like this Rollins heel turn. I like Rey being utilized as a top babyface. I like a lot of things, Kevin. One thing I do not like is the continuing soap opera that is Lana needs to pick a man, and she apparently needs to force them into proposing to her, and force them into divorce.
Okay, because people want to be negative. We got to go with DeFelice. That's what we got. Robert the DeFelice is coming in once again.
I gotta know. Did you see Lashley's facial expressions when this woman pulled out a ring and said, "You proposed to me"? Now he was kind of like, I don't know. You in a shark cage at WrestleMania sounds pretty good right now.
What are you referencing? Clue people in.
I'm referencing CM Punk's, at this point, maybe Nostradamus-esque predictions for Lana at WrestleMania, where maybe Lashley gets sick of her, maybe she teams up with Rusev, and they fight another tag team that now has Lana with the loser of the match at WrestleMania, getting Lana's services while Lana is suspended in a shark cage. Now, how long until we get the line, and I know this is risque, but this whole angle has been risque. How long until we get the line of, no, I had my fun with you. I think we're done here.
we'll see what happens here. All right, you're referencing, of course, the proposal. It wasn't really a proposal because all Lana did was propose that Bobby proposed to her.
Well, it was a proposal of a proposal. You see, it's still a proposal of sorts.
All right, now I feel like I'm biting my own butt. All right, yeah. So it was. Here's the thing: you think it was bad, all right? I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad, but I noticed something, and I watch how people react to things, and I watch how people genuinely react to things, and not just how the internet reacts to things, which is just how people get into their own worm bubble. I'm going to pull up the tweet here. I'm going to give you guys a full screen look at this. All right, now you look at this here. Okay, I say whatever you want about Lana Rusev, Bobby Lashley's story, and the Raw crowd was hooked. Okay, several other people retweeted this idea. Then everyone else who responded to me on the idea wanted me to know how come I was doing this. Why would you do this? It's because of the Rex syndrome. And other people saying, but it's just corny and overrated. Other people agree with me. We've been saying from the start, it's one of the best storylines going. I wouldn't say it was one of the best storylines going. This person just responded.
We don't like it. Move on already. I like that one.
Yeah, we don't like it. Just move on already. So other people not enjoying it here.
Well, they're doing a bang-up job. I hate them both.
Oh, yeah, so that's pretty good here. And then here, what I was telling you? What have I been saying for weeks? That women love themselves, the Lana Rusev, Bobby Lashley angle, right?
Well, what is that? And I've had this conversation on other podcasts. What does that say about wrestling fans? Because you will not deny that this is working. This gets the loudest reaction of everything else on a show. And
I said this to you before the show, and you were surprised, but I'm not wrong. What's getting a bigger reaction from the fans? This angle or Roman Reigns having dog food poured on him by Baron Corbin, which some fans reacted to. But I can tell you, this one seems like a bigger storyline, right? Maybe even bigger than what Bray Wyatt has going on right now.
This is getting the loudest reactions in the live arenas. And the reason I think that is, it's almost like if people are going to either go, I get it, or I hate you, how dare you. This is almost like the equivalent of Joey Ryan and his crotch obsession. Where it's like, this is fun to see in the arena. It is fun to be sucked into the gaga and the absolute nonsense and tickle butt that is pro wrestling. But when I'm watching on TV, I don't feel that. I just want to fast forward through this. Please make it stop.
Kyle, blah. Sorry, Kyle.
I love when Vic Joseph said, did she buy herself that ring? I have it on good authority that she just took the ring that Rusev gave her, put it in the same box, and then handed it to Lashley to hand it right back to her. This is
she re-engaged herself.
This is a stingy, frugal LA woman, okay? And she is getting it done right. She sees Bobby Lashley. He's making the Bellator money. He's making the WWE money. She just wants some of that sweet Bobby Lashley beefcake. And Bobby Lashley's over here sitting there like, listen, I went through a tables match for you. I've kind of had enough of it. I think that's the vibe I'm getting from Lashley's facial expressions. Whoa. You're putting yourself into another commitment. I just watched you sign divorce papers, and I had to beat up your ex-husband. I don't know if I want this.
Come on now, Lana. You need to slow down. You just got single, all right?
You got to make smart decisions. You got to put you first.
Yeah. Slow down, Lana. All right? Not fair. It's not fair. Other people with their opinions chiming in here. Bob Coaster, there's a good point. Wrestling has always been silly. It might that be the point? Yes. So there's always been ridiculous storylines like this, and other ones that are even more ridiculous than this that fans love. I'll put it to you like this: if this happened in All Elite Wrestling,
I 100% think you're right there. Because
if it happened in All Elite Wrestling, would it get the same reaction?
I do think there is a bias.
Line up with their little cringe memes and gifs. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's not bad. It's not the worst thing. We're putting it in the bad category because you want it there, Robert. Robert, the DeFelice wants it there. I'm just saying, hey, it's over and I don't get it, but I see where some people respond to it. And there are people who responded to it on Twitter that were like, yeah, I love it. I love booing them.
Well, I'm being asked a couple of questions here. William T. Wade is asking me, did I not know it was all about the women? And I want to really touch on this. What does it say about wrestling fans if we're really gravitating towards this like Jerry Springer-esque trash TV? Because we can make all the
wrestling. When have we ever been highbrow? Here's the thing. I'm not saying that
I want my brow up here. Oh, I want the brow high, man. Like, we can't.
That's subjective, though. That's
we're
subjective.
Going back. We're going back 30 years.
Progressive. Okay, all right. It's this, it's that. But guess what? The same people who say that, who say like, oh, we need progressive storylines and da-da-da. I could pull up their Twitter profile and they got all the different reactions and hot takes of tea getting spilled and who should be with who and get you a man like Bobby and don't get you a man like Rusev Day. I could find the same stuff, dude. I could find the same people that want to see all of that stuff go down. The people that are watching what's the show they have on USA Network with a couple?
The word. Okay, this is genuinely. I don't like this show. No, a ton of people who do. Temptation Island is just awful.
Temptation Island are going to like the storyline.
They should do some crossover with Temptation Island. They really should.
Bobby and Lashley need to go to Temptation Island.
I think that would be a great thing to do because then Lana realizes that she's just another woman to Lashley, and then you got a whole nother story there.
All right, see, I would put it in the middle profile. I would not put this in the good profile of Monday Night Raw. I wouldn't put it in the bad. I would put it in the middle, but I can note the reactions. That's just my take here. That's just my take on this thing here. All right?
It's what? Okay, I'm gonna read this comment to you, folks. Sure. We don't put this on the podcast, right?
Yeah, sure. No.
All right, so I don't have to read this to you. I am the Fightful Gigolo, which is just a great name. It's the best angle because of the character's row. I don't know about that. I can't say that it is.
We almost had a summoning of the. For those of you who don't know the show, my friend Robert over here is secretly possessed by Vince Broso, a demon wrestling booker character that we can't control, and is just summoned when too many bros get dropped on the show. Vince Broso appears, and this demonic character can overtake Robert, and I just have to deal with it.
It's a weird thing that happens. I don't feel overtaken. But I do like the name Fightful Gigolo. I'm gonna shop that around a little bit.
All right, so enough of this chitter chatter. We did have other bits and pieces on Monday Night Raw, including Deonna Purrazzo from NXT making a unannounced appearance, taking on Asuka in an unsuccessful attempt. Not her technical Raw roster debut, but certainly a part of NXT. They showed a little bit of the highlights of her. She had a fair showing. We also got to see Eric Rowan take on another goon, another big old jabroni, trying to chase after the cage and find out what's in Eric Rowan's cage. A lot of people are already up with that. And then we also got a teaser of the new redone, remade, new look, new feel, new personality of Liv Morgan, a tease of her emerging from a bathtub as a new version of her character, no longer having her friends tell her how to dress, what to look like. So we're going to get a fresh take on Liv Morgan. What do you think that's going to be?
I got strong Emelina vibes from this. But at the same time, it looked like she wanted to go darker. But the way it was shot and everything that was happening, I got Emelina vibes.
You know what? But they've done stuff like that before where, when we had Brodus Clay many years ago, 8-9 years ago, they teased him as this big monster. They came out and he was this fun time, all-around family-friendly, Funkasaurus character.
Yeah, that was something.
So, going to see what we can do with this thing here. All right. A lot of people with different takes here, and let's get to the rating. All right. People have given us their ratings. Now let's get yours, Robert. Doesn't seem like you were too fond of Monday Night Raw tonight.
I thought it was a 6.5. Now, let's be clear. Just because I don't rate it a 7 or higher, that doesn't mean I thought it was a bad show. I'm very burned out on the December stalling that is WWE at this time of year. I'm ready to rumble.
You're ready to rumble.
Might even say I'm ready to yumble.
I disagree with you. This is one of the better Raws I've seen recently. I wish this was the Raw going into TLC. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought this was better than last week's show. I'm going to give it an 8. I give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought Orton versus Styles was a really, really great main event. One of the best TV main events I've seen in quite some time. Really, really paid off. Even though we didn't get a definitive finish for the Gauntlet, the match itself was so exciting and different. I also thought this is the best time we've seen Gallows and Anderson versus the Viking Raiders. The good outweighed the bad, and at some point it was great. So I enjoyed it. Seek out Orton versus Styles. That is a match you need to go see. Go check out the clips on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow with WrestleZone Daily right between about 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern in that window. Keep an eye on your notifications here. Or is loosey-goosey with when we go live. But subscribe to the WrestleZone where we're loosey-goosey, baby. All right, yeah. Duck, goosey. So, yes, subscribe to WrestleZone Radio on your podcast apps. We're on iTunes. We're on all the different ones. You can get the audio of these. But these Raw post shows, these are video exclusive. So you guys are getting one of these. And if you think we should drop this on the podcast feed, let us know. We just don't want to put out a ton of stuff in the feed. We actually want to have some good things on there. Like the interviews we have with Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, John Moxley, and Lacey Evans. Those have all gone up in the last 2 weeks, and you can check them out now in our podcast feed. Go subscribe, WrestleZone Radio, on any podcast app you're looking on. Tune in, iTunes, all of it. Go look it up. And, of course, they're all at WrestleZone.com, your number one source for all the wrestling news. Robert?
My number one sauce? It's my number one sauce, bro? Well, what is that?
It's number one sauce.
You're getting lost in the sauce, Kevin.
You're getting lost in the sauce. That's how good the sauce is here. But apparently you didn't think the sauce was too good tonight. I didn't get you. What did you think of Raw? I didn't get your rating yet, did I?
First of all, yeah, I said it was a 6.5. And first of all, it's because I thought the sauce was great, but it's not supposed to have sauce. It's supposed to be raw. It's supposed to be completely uncooked, uncensored, and uncut. That's what it is.
I love this. WTW William 2H is saying, I ordered a shirt. You can get your shirts from WrestleZone right now at Pro Wrestling Tees. Search WrestleZone Pro Wrestling Tees. Give that a Google. We have a lot of fun shirts on there. I suggest the Internet Darling shirt. That is my personal favorite. And if you guys buy our shirts, take a picture of it, tweet it at us. We'll retweet it, and maybe we'll even have you on as a guest on a future episode of the show. How about that? That seems like a fun thing to do too.
Seems like a fun thing.
Absolutely. Also coming up, want to remind you if you've never seen our shows before, we have this ridiculous thing that we've wasted a lot of our budget on. Possibly millions of dollars have been spent on this project. Millions of dollars have been spent on this. It is the fast food Royal Yumble going down the afternoon of the Royal Yumble. And the Royal Yumble is going to be quite the event. All your favorite fast food mascots, like Ronald McDonald, Burger King, spelled with a Y to avoid copyright issues. They're all going to be in the fast food Royal Rumble. Also on the undercard, Robert, we just secured another big match.
Yes. It's a handicap match, 2-on-1. Now, initially, yourself and Ross Berman had announced that Papa John Schneider would be taking on Shaquille O'Neal for the rights to the Papa John franchise.
But it's actually it's the proverbial rights to Papa John. It's to see who is the one true Papa.
Well, you know. I mean, you know. And then Papa John over the weekend says these things. He says his past blunders he blames on Kanye West and Colonel Sanders. This is a real thing. This man said, I checked to make sure it was real. This is real. Yes. So therefore, tagging with Shaquille O'Neal in a 2-on-1 handicap match, it'll be Colonel Sanders and his 11 herbs and spices, maybe 10 if you don't want to count salt, that's your prerogative, against this Papa John Schneider. Now, will he find a partner? I highly doubt it. He's made quite a few enemies. This guy doesn't know when to stop talking.
Maybe he will secure some mystery partners.
Let me tell you something. Better ingredients, better pizza. I think he needs better self-awareness.
Yes.
That's what he needs, okay? And that's not. And Kevin, you mentioned a budget. We have an endless budget The burgers are their money. God.
Yes, the burgers are their money. If you've ever been to McDonald's land, they don't have money. They just have burgers. The burgers
Mayor and
are their
cheese.
money.
He wants money. He just takes a chunk out of his thigh. It's the weirdest thing, but I've seen him do it. It's crazy. You got to be there. January 26th. We're going to be talking Royal Rumble. We're going to be talking Worlds Collide. We're going to give you the Royal Rumble Part 2, second helpings. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. We'll set the time and everything for you guys in the weeks to come, but keep open your pre-Royal Rumble plans, okay? Who needs football? You got the Royal Rumble, baby. It's gonna be
Invite your friends over. Watch this crazy thing with your friends and go, yo, I am in this live stream every day. It's weird. It's a party. It's wild. You need to be there.
If you enjoy memery, if you enjoy ridiculousness, if you like cartoons on Adult Swim, this is for you. This is for you, okay? If you really enjoy Scott George saying Papa John's sauce and string cheese is gross. We get shots at Papa John's now. There you go. All that ridiculousness. We will have it for you at the Royal Rumble on the 26th. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Robert, tell them what they got to do.
Enjoy wrestling.